Today is our last lesson in the matrices unit. We are going to be talking about using matrices to solve multivariable word problems. So this is going to be a matter of just combining things that we've been doing already and just putting them together. So we've done word problems and we've done matrices, and then today we're just going to talk about how to do word problems through matrices. So here's our first example. A rental car company charges a flat daily fee plus a charge for each mile driven. A car rented for 5 days and driven for 300 miles costs $178, while a car rented for 4 days and driven for 500 miles costs $197. Find the daily fee and the charge for each mile driven. If we think about this, we've got two things going on. We've got a daily fee and we have a mileage fee. And we need to put those together and make a system of equations. So take a minute right now, read through there again, see what you would do to set up those equations. Pause the video here. Okay, hopefully you came up with this equation. 5x plus 300y is equal to 178, and 4x plus 500y is equal to 197. Now that we have those, now what we need to do is put this into a matrix. And the matrix is just like we were doing yesterday, where we're going to have 5 and 300 and 4 and 500. And then we have our variable matrix, so we have x and y. And then finally we have the constant matrix, which is on the right-hand side of our equation here. We have 178 and 197. So those are the matrices. When we go into our calculator, we are going to call this one A, and we are going to call this one B. So again, pause here, go to your calculator, enter these into your matrices. Now that you have these entered, the first thing that you want to do is find out what a to the negative first power is. That's the inverse matrix for matrix A. So we take a to the negative first, hit enter, see what you come up with. Leave that on your screen and then hit times, because you need to multiply that times matrix B. And so when you do that, this first matrix cancels out, you get an answer over here, you still have your XY, your variable matrix over here, and then when you hit enter on your calculator, you should get 23 and 0.21. And that information, what that tells us is X is the daily fee, Y is the mileage fee. So what this means is it is $23 a day, and our mileage fee is 21 cents a mile. That is a two-variable, two-equation system. Not very complicated. We probably could have done that by hand and come up with the same answer, probably just as quickly, if not more quickly, than what we did here. But, of course, we can use this for 3-variable, 4-variable, etc., etc. This next example is, I think, quite honestly, pretty confusing to get through. So we're going to have to get through here, and what makes it confusing is not necessarily the math, but the wording. So let's just try to get through it. The Soft Flow Yogurt Company makes 3 yogurt blends: lime orange, using 2 quarts of lime yogurt and 2 quarts of orange yogurt per gallon; lime lemon, using 3 quarts of lime yogurt and 1 quart of lemon yogurt per gallon; and orange lemon, using 3 quarts of orange and 1 quart of lemon per gallon. Each day the company has 800 quarts of lime yogurt, 650 quarts of orange yogurt, and 350 quarts of lemon yogurt available. How many gallons of each blend should the company make each day if it wants to use up all the supplies? I've said this before, but you know your variables by reading the last sentence. The last sentence says how many gallons of each blend should the company make each day. So each blend is going to be the variables. So X is how many quarts of lime orange, Y is how many quarts of lime lemon, and Z is how many quarts of orange lemon, because those are the 3 blends. Now that we have identified the variables, now we need to go in and write out the equations. So here's the deal. You need to have 1 equation for lime yogurt, 1 equation for orange yogurt, and 1 equation for lemon yogurt. Pause the video here and try to come up with those 3 equations. The equations that you should have come up with for the lime yogurt, 2x plus 3y plus 0z because it's 2 quarts of lime orange, 3 quarts of lime lemon, and no orange lemon. And that comes to a total of 850 quarts. Where did that go? Oh, sorry, 800 quarts. That's right here, 800 quarts. Orange yogurt is 2x plus 0y plus 3z, and that equals 650. And lemon yogurt is 0x plus 1y plus 1z, and that is 350. So these are the equations. The next thing we want to do is put those into our matrix. So again, we're going to go back into our calculator. We're going to define the A matrix is going to be 2, 3, 0, and then 2, 0, 3, and then 0, 1, 1. For our variable matrix, we need an x, a y, and a z. And then our constant matrix is 800, 650, and 350. So this is going to be our matrix A. This is going to be our matrix B. The first thing we need to do on our calculator, enter those into A and B. The next thing is find a to the negative 1 on our calculator. That's the inverse matrix of matrix A. Find that. Once you get that, leave it on your screen and multiply it times matrix B. And so when you do that, you should get an answer matrix of 100, 200, and 150. And so what that means is we will have 100 quarts of lime orange. And I'm going to stop here and remind us that, look at this, in the answer, what they're asking for actually in the question, they're asking for gallons. Do you know how many quarts are in a gallon? There are 4 quarts in a gallon. So if there are 4 quarts per gallon and we have 100 quarts of lime orange and they want to know our answer in gallons, then this is 25 gallons. We have 200 quarts of lime lemon. So again, we divide by 4 because there's 4 quarts in a gallon. That comes out to be 50 gallons. And finally, we have 150 quarts of orange lemon. And we divide 150 divided by 4 and we get 37.5. So our final answer is, the question was how many gallons of each blend should they make if it wants to use up all the supplies? They should make 25 gallons of lime orange, 50 gallons of lime lemon, and 37.5 gallons of orange lemon. And that will use up all their supplies. I hope they get to sell all that yogurt. That is the end of today's lesson. On the back side of this are the word problems that we will be doing, but we will do those in class together.